The story begins with a boy named Lloyd Belladonna trying to catch a rabbit in the forest, but the rabbit is too fast for him. His older brother Shuma caught the rabbit easily, making Lloyd proud and happy to see him. After a few years, Lloyd grew up and went to the royal capital of Azami to become a military soldier. He entered a house and asked Marie the witch to let him stay there until he became a soldier. Marie was annoyed and told Lloyd she was a witch, not an innkeeper. Lloyd said that he was from Kunlun, which shocked Marie. Lloyd placed a crystal ball on the table, and the Kunlun village chief named Alka was projected from it. When she appeared, Marie immediately knelt down and greeted Alka as her teacher. Alka told her that Lloyd was a very precious child to her. She ordered Marie to care for him and agreed to do that while sweating. After Alka left, Marie immediately threw the crystal into the cupboard. The next day, Lloyd made pancakes that Marie was happy to eat. Then Marie asked why Lloyd wanted to be a soldier. Lloyd admitted that he was the weakest in his village, but after reading books about heroes, he also wanted to be like them. Lloyd also explained that he ran from the village to the royal capital in 6 days and met various monsters. Hearing that, Marie was convinced that Lloyd was powerful, but he didn't realize his abilities. In addition, Lloyd was also able to use ancient magic on his handkerchief to clean Marie's face, to her amazement. Lloyd was exploring the city, and a girl from a noble family was attacked by a giant locust. Lloyd came and immediately saved her. Lloyd tries to clean the dust off her face, and before he leaves, the girl tells him that her name is Selin. Selin is pleased to meet Lloyd and hopes to meet him again. Selin intends to beautify herself, but she has a curse, making her unable to remove the belt on her head. The curse can only be released by someone strong. After she meets with Lloyd, she falls in love, and unexpectedly, the belt is released, making her emotional and understanding that Lloyd is destined for her. Then, the day of the army entrance exam arrives. When he arrives at the location, a girl named Riho is scared because she can feel Lloyd's power is terrible. Riho panicked, thinking that Lloyd intended to kill her. Suddenly, Selin came and pushed Riho aside. Selin was pleased to be reunited with Lloyd and asked Riho about her relationship with Lloyd. As the exam begins, everyone lines up, and Riho goes to Meltfin, an instructor at the military academy. Riho points to Lloyd and asks him what kind of monster he has invited to the exam. But Meltfin was also panicking and didn't know anything about Lloyd. Meltfin decided to keep an eye on him as he realized Lloyd was very strong. However, unexpected things happened, and Lloyd did not pass the test. The next day, the first class starts, and everyone receives a pamphlet about a princess named Maria Azami who has been missing for 5 years. For those who can find her, her wish will be granted by military officials. But Riho and Selin are looking for Lloyd's whereabouts because he is not in the room. Even Meltfin is confused about why Lloyd is not there. He is worried because, without Lloyd, their country's defense will be very weak. It turns out that the reason why Lloyd did not pass the exam was because he made a writing that the instructor did not understand. Naturally, because what he wrote was an ancient magic alphabet. Only one person realized it. They were convinced that Lloyd was a great magic user. On his way, Lloyd was disappointed in his incompetence, and he saw a part-time job offer. When he entered the place, Lloyd was attacked by the owner because of his power. The place's owner, Chrome, is a former royal knight and believes Lloyd is here to take information from him. Lloyd explained that he wanted to work there. Chrome told him to prove it, so Lloyd showed him his cooking skills. When Chrome ate his food, he was happy and allowed him to work there. Then Lloyd comes home and tells him about not passing the exam. Marie and Alka are shocked. Lloyd wants to take the exams next year and works part-time to pay his rent. The next day, Selin and Alan get into an argument because she beat up a guy who was hitting on her. Alan didn't want her to get into trouble because it would ruin the reputation of the nobles. Their argument caused everyone to come to see, including Lloyd and the others. Suddenly, Meltfin got an idea to see Lloyd's fighting skills, so he took advantage of the situation to force Alan to fight with Lloyd. Alan accepted but underestimated Lloyd's ability and would gladly take his punches. They thought that Alan would die there. Fortunately, their fight was stopped by Marie using wind magic and immediately took Lloyd away from there. Marie scolded him and warned Lloyd not to participate in such duels as he had almost killed Alan. Lloyd immediately apologized but still didn't realize that his power was perilous. Then Chrome met them and told Lloyd to go back to the restaurant. After Lloyd left, Chrome greeted Marie and was happy to see Marie. It turns out that Marie is the missing princess of the Azami kingdom. She decides to hide her identity to investigate someone who has controlled the king. On the other hand, Melfin is working hard to prepare a fighting force for the peace of this kingdom. Melfin also tells about his past when his hometown had a famine. An attack from the Jiu royal army worsened the condition by seizing all the remaining foodstuffs. It made Melfin hate them and want to avenge him. Then Selin and Riho went to Marie's witch house to find information about the missing princess. Knowing Lloyd lived there, Selin panicked and wondered if Marie was Lloyd's wife. Riho explained the purpose of their arrival, looking for the missing princess. If found, then in return, Lloyd could attend the military academy. Although Marie tried to hide her identity, Riho had realized it since she first met her. Because her identity had been revealed, Marie asked them for help. She wanted them to find some information about the king and the perpetrators who wanted to create war. Lloyd tried to help, but Marie scolded him and said he couldn't do anything. That made Lloyd sad, and he went to his room to calm himself down. Marie did that because Lloyd was from Kunlun village. Alka had warned Marie not to involve Lloyd in trivial matters such as wars between humans. Otherwise, Lloyd would be taken back to Kunlun village by force. Kunlun villagers will only help them if the humans face monsters or demon kings. After several days of investigation, they found the characteristics of the perpetrator who wanted to create war. It turned out that the culprit behind all this was Melfin. He boasted of his achievements in manipulating the king, but suddenly, the king in control of the demon curse beat him and explained that Melfin was just a puppet he controlled. Then he turned Melfin into a monster and attacked them. Riho and the others tried to hold him back so Marie could face the king. Marie used all the skills she had been trained in so far and launched an ancient magic attack, but at the last moment, she made a mistake. So that the king could counterattack and break her finger. Seeing her death before her eyes, Marie became emotional because she had not apologized to Lloyd. Then the king revealed that he was the demon king Abaddon, making Marie shocked. On the other hand,